Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Me Driving to Work. I am your host, Darkness 30XX of the Black Hood Crew, named the Corner. As always, you can go ahead and like, subscribe, comment along at Facebook and YouTube pages for the Black Hood Crew. That's the BHC in the name. You can also follow along on Steam, Twitter, Twitch, comment along as well. Find me on TikTok as well. Chat's open on that side right there on the side of the viewing area, I guess we'll call it. And yeah, I'm on my way to work. It is this Tuesday, December 21st. 4 days till Christmas. Christmas being on Saturday. Yeah, for those who only follow Mondays and Tuesdays, there will be no home stream Friday night, as again, gotta get to bed early start, to be in town to celebrate Christmas with the kids. So no stream Friday night, but definitely expect tomorrow night and Thursday night. That's for sure. So even though it is December, it is December in Florida. And what's happening is you get torrential downpours in December. And that's what happened. Literally a couple hours ago, it started raining like crazy. I'm sitting in my room playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which if you haven't played, get on it. It's amazing. I was busy playing that, and all of a sudden, I hear what sounds like rain. And I'm like, the heck? Because earlier, literally an hour before, not even, clear as day, not a cloud in the sky. And I was just like, there's no way. There's no way it's raining. I look outside, it's raining. So my next thought goes to, well, then I got to start getting ready for work in a couple hours. Hopefully this torrential downpour will be done when I leave for work. Thankfully, that's exactly what happened. Stopped raining, and I'm on my way to work. As long as I was able to get to my car dry. I have an umbrella in here, as most people should have. Keep an umbrella in your car. So if it's raining by the time I get to work, just pop out umbrella, good to go. But yeah, South Florida weather, it is something else. And it's temperamental, absolutely bonkers most of the year, simply because it can change at the drop of a hat. It literally goes from sunny to raining and back to sunny all in the span of minutes. Minutes. Come on. That's why even when the meteorologists say, hey, it's going to be sunny outside, you're not going to need your umbrella, BS. Take it with you. I always have one here in the car. My umbrella, always in the car. Because that atmospheric change can happen like that. And I like staying dry. Especially if I'm in my work clothes. Because, come on. Look at me. To be dressed like this to suddenly be soaked would be a travesty. Anyway, so I'm on my way. Clouds still in the sky, but otherwise doesn't seem to be an inkling of it's gonna rain again. And yeah, hopefully, rest of the day will be nice and quiet. Uh, yes, at work, absolute disaster. I mean, it could have been busier, but it was still like extremely busy. Like, you know what it is for the doctors to just suddenly go, you know what? I'm just not going to see any patients right now. And then leave. Like, buddy left and came back maybe like 45 minutes later. And it's like, okay, cool. Now let's see some patients. The entire time he did this multiple times, the patients kept coming. So it just stacked and stacked and stacked and stacked. And the entire time I'm sitting there trying to, register these patients in, yeah, it was far too busy yesterday. Hopefully today is better. Not getting my hopes up because it's only Tuesday, but a little bit of hope never hurts. So we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, quick little side note about how busy it was yesterday. If you come in to the emergency room and you are busy complaining that, you know, your chest hurts, you can't breathe, but then you're actively eating and talking on the phone, get out. Get out and go home. We know you're full of crap. Go. It's absolutely ridiculous that we would have to waste the time and resources treating someone who obviously, even the untrained eye, obviously is faking it. Or at least the symptoms are not as severe as they're playing it out to be. Like if you have chest pain, okay, that's it. If it's debilitating and it's got you hunched over, you're sweating, okay. But if you're able to carry on full-on conversations on the phone and eat and just in general do not appear to any pain, then you're not in pain. Real chest pain is damn near debilitating. People with actual shortness of breath can't catch their breath, which means phone conversations, not happening. Eating, not happening. So, again, do better, people, please. Because, I mean, it's ridiculous more than anything else. Simply because you have emergency room, These are trained medical professionals, from the doctors to the nurses, respiratory therapists, the ER technicians. Everybody there is trained in, to medically treat somebody in an emergency, hence the name emergency room. So if you're coming into an emergency room and your issue, your condition, or whatever the hell is going on with you is not life-threatening, you are wasting their time. You're wasting my time. You're wasting the time of everybody involved from the bottom up and back down again. Absolutely are. It's unnecessary more than anything else. Like, again, it's one thing if you have legitimate issue, but if you're coming in for a chronic condition, get the hell out. Go see a private doctor. Go see a specialist. An emergency room is not going to give you what you need. Mouth issues, specifically when it comes to your teeth, don't come to an ER. They're just going to tell you go see a dentist. Maybe they'll be able to give you some sort of pain medication. They're not going to give you anything outside of some sort of painkiller, again, because you need to go see a dentist. That's it. Like, unless you just got clocked in the mouth with a bat and half your teeth are blown out of your head, don't come to an ER. Don't. They're not going to be able to do anything for you. This has happened before. When the patient coming through the front door, keep in mind, our ER is on a separate floor. This guy came in through the front. They escorted him upstairs. He signed himself in. Toothache, whatever. Seen by the doctor, discharged. Was not happy with the fact that since he did not have insurance, he had to pay out of pocket. He was not happy because he was under the impression, the false impression, that we had specialists in the form of dentists in the ER. FYI, no hospital, at least in the United States, as far as I know, no hospital in the United States has dentists as part of their list of specialists on call. None of them. Zip, zero, none. Depending on the facility, they might have OBGYN. Maybe they'll have, maybe a physiologist, maybe a diatrist, what have you. But the dentist is not one of them. If you are in the emergency room for dental issues, do yourself a favor, turn around and go home. And on the next day, because usually these issues, it happens with people coming in 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night who absolutely can't wait until the next day because the pain is so bad. You're full of crap. You're full of crap and you know it. We know it. The nurses and the doctors know it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't be that person. Because I promise you, we're going to talk about you. We're saying not so nice things. Obviously, you're not going to be around to hear it, but just know it's occurring. Because again, you're wasting time and resources that can be better spent on people with legitimate emergent issues. Like occasionally we get people coming in from wherever, however, whether it's walking in, driven themselves, wheeled in, or brought in via rescue. We have people being brought in with legitimate emergency issues, things that are life-threatening. You know, someone comes in with actual chest pain. I've told this story before of a guy coming in, young guy, probably around my age at the time anyway. Came in, sweating, clutching his chest. Now, I'm no idiot. I know a heart attack when I see one. And sure enough, he was in full-blown heart attack mode. Dead. Less than an hour later, this was dead. If he had come in a little bit sooner, he probably would have been fine. And this is coming from the nurses and the doctor telling me, yeah, unfortunately, you know, he waited, or he, you know, for whatever reason, did not come in when he needed to come in. And unfortunately, he passed away. You know, it happened again with another lady, except she was DOA, pretty much, dead on arrival, when she showed up to the emergency room. Like, they basically went through the motions and then called it. And she came via 911, so rescue brought her in, and it still wasn't enough. But again, she probably waited. She probably thought, oh, it's going to blow over. It's just heartburn, whatever. If you have a history of these conditions, if you have a history of this in your family, by all means, come in. We'll register you as appropriate, and you'll be seen, evaluated. Hopefully it's nothing. But again, if this is a daily occurrence, a weekly occurrence, like you're always coming in for the same thing, now you're full of crap. Like I said, I've told the story before about another patient we get, a regular. If he's not at our facility, he's at the other one close by. And he always comes in for the exact same thing, chest pain, anxiety. And it should be flipped. It should be the anxiety that's causing the chest pain, which is usually it is. This man has nothing wrong with him, except that it's all in his head. Every single time he comes in, you know, I tell him, don't. Come on, let's go, dude. And he always loves to come in when we're really busy, like right at our peak of the day, whether it's a slow day or a busy day. He always has this habit of showing up when we're at our busiest, but doesn't want to wait. Like, come on, dude, this is not how this is supposed to work. But yet he continues. Multiple doctors have yelled at this man because he is wasting time and resources that can be better spent on people with actual medical issues. But again, some people can't get it through their head. So, I don't know. For me, it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how other people view it, but I can tell you for me and my coworkers, yeah, tired of it. Tired of the constant BS, the constant, you know, having to pull out all the stuff for people who deserve a swift kick in the butt. Like, you gotta do better. Gotta do better. 90% of the people still coming in are for issues that over-the-counter medication or even off-the-shelf medication will handle. Band-aids or adhesive strips, that's what they're actually called. It ain't gonna kill you to go and self-medicate. Hit up CVS, hit up Publix, Walmart, Walgreens, what have you. Doesn't matter. Go get what you need. Because I promise you, you come to the emergency room, they're just going to give you exactly what you can find in those places. The exact same products. But obviously at a huge mark because you decided you were going to come to the emergency room to get off-shelf medication or off-the-shelf healthcare products. Another thing too, a habit, make it a habit. If you are of childbearing gender, if you are fully capable and have all the equipment necessary to carry a child, you are planning on or are currently carrying a child, before you show to the emergency room, one of the first questions you should ask is, are there OBGYNs? Are there obstetricians? Are there gynecologists? Because if not, go around and try it again. Because a facility that tells you no to that question is not capable of fully helping you to the degree that you need to be helped. Simply because that particular condition of carrying a child requires a more specialized approach, a more specialized mindset, a more specialized school of education that a general doctor does not have, that a general nurse does not have. Now, that is by choice. That's why an OB or gynecologist, or mixture of the two, as is usually the case, is a specialized school of medicine. They take specific classes and go to specific programs to handle that particular condition and anything that can bring with it. So, if you are capable of being pregnant and or are currently pregnant, by all means, ask the question, are there OBGYNs on staff or at least on call? If the answer is no, we'll find somewhere else. I can tell you, my facility, we don't have it. Many a time, the doctors have had took a pregnant patient belly out almost as far as it can go, look them dead in the eye and say, we can treat you, but it will only be to stabilize so that we can transport you to the other facility close by, which does have said specialists on staff. But do know that that medical transport, you will pay for it, or at least it's paying for it, and what don't pay for, you will. By all means, ask the questions, get educated, because it's rough out here. They're going to tell you things. You're probably not going to like it, but it's the truth. So, again, ask the questions, educate yourself, and understand. Not all ERs are built the same. They're not. Some are capable of doing more than others, at least when it comes to your course of treatment. Do not come to an emergency room expecting them to roll out the carpet for you for whatever issue you have, unless you're holding your own arm or your leg is twisted in a direction it's naturally not supposed to go. Or if you have, say, a gushing head wound or a hole somewhere where it doesn't belong, by all means, go to any emergency room. But just know that if your condition is more severe than what that ER is capable of handling, you will be transported at your cost. So make it a habit of asking the questions, but also being educated beforehand. The internet is a real thing. It's here. By all means, search, learn, get educated. So I've arrived at work, obviously. Seatbelt is off. Work glasses are on. I will be going inside now. So for everyone, this is who I am. Chat's always open on that side. Like and subscribe across all the social medias, YouTube, Facebook at The Black Hood Crew. You can comment there as well. It'll show up over there. Twitch, Twitter, Steam, and follow me on TikTok. And until tomorrow night, 9 p.m. for my home stream. Till then, be excellent to each other. Have a good day.